Well, we are starting to see just a few signs that Giorgia Meloni's authority in Italy starting to crack slightly, that her governing alliance starting to split ever so slightly. And of course, Giorgia Meloni coming in as Prime Minister and finding that in the EU system, all sorts of restrictions, Meloni reduced to complaining about a power grab from European judges, and also, of course, with EU open borders, not able to do much about the fact that Spain, with a illegal migrant amnesty, that of course will have a massive impact on other countries in the European Union. You've also seen, when it comes to the so-called green agenda, Italy again reduced to basically asking or lobbying for the EU to change direction, including on their emissions trading system, which you can see there basically serves as a tax, is the Italian view. And with the EU's proposed €2 trillion budget coming up, you can see again Italy reduced to basically trying to lobby and argue against some of the more extreme green agenda, arguing there that they need a boost to their own industry and competitiveness, very alarmed in terms of the EU's move, which will basically hammer industry and hammer infrastructure projects. Now, to be fair, Meloni, it's pretty remarkable that her party still remains the most popular as things stand in Italy, and this was Meloni speaking last year.
Conservatives keep on growing and are becoming more and more influential in European politics. And that is why the left is nervous. And with Trump's victory, their irritation has turned into hysteria. Not only because conservatives are winning, but because conservatives are now collaborating globally. When Bill Clinton and Tony Blair created the global leftist liberal network in the 90s, they were called statesmen. Today, when Trump, Meloni, Milei, or maybe Modi talk, they are called a threat to democracy. This is the left's double standard. But we're used to it. We are used to it. And the good news is people no longer believe in their lies. Despite all the mud they throw at us, citizens keep voting for us. Because simply, people are not naive as the left considers them. They vote for us because we defend freedom. We love our nations. We want secure borders. We preserve businesses and citizens from the green leftist insanity. We defend family and life. We fight against wokeism. We protect our sacred right to our faith and our free speech. And we stand for common sense. So ultimately, our struggle is hard, but the choice is simple. Will we surrender to decline? Or will we fight to reverse it? Will we let our civilization fade? Or will we stand up and defend?
But she is facing now some significant challenge on the right from a former Italian general, this being Roberto Vannaccia, who his new party, you can see there, is already on 7%, the same as the Lega party, and the Meloni party there on 25% with just a 4-point lead now over the left-wing opposition. And if you haven't seen him speak before, this former Italian general, he's an MEP, and here's one of his recent speeches.
Doamna comisar, este o plăcere să ne mai vedem în această aulă. Non è pio cantare vittoria sui morti caduti, diceva Ulisse alla sua serva dopo la strage dei Proci da lui stesso compiuta al suo ritorno a Itaca. Analogamente non è pio ed è indubbiamente ironico che questa Commissione si interroghi sulla povertà da lei stessa causata per le sue scelte e le sue politiche scellerate. Patto di stabilità, Green Deal, desertificazione industriale, guerra ad oltranza, sanzioni controproducenti, debito comune, spese per armi, incremento delle risorse proprie, irrilevanza internazionale e Mercosur sono solo alcune delle scelte scriteriate che questa Commissione ha attuato e che hanno spinto sul lastrico l'intera Eurozona. Allora, assodata la vostra incompetenza, fatevi da parte e lasciate risolvere i danni da voi stessi causati agli Stati sovrani, perché oggi voi non rappresentate la cura, ma solamente l'epidemia.
What you've seen in terms of Italy recently, as I said, is Meloni's authority starting to shake a little bit. So there was a referendum on judicial reform. The government, Meloni, put forward a reform that would have meant the careers of judges and prosecutors would have been separated. It would have stopped them moving from one role to another. That was defeated. What you've also just seen defeated is part of what they were trying to do on electoral reform. Meloni, opponents of Meloni saying that she's losing control. The government lost by a single vote on a secret ballot on Tuesday, and Meloni pledging to continue with electoral reform, some calling for snap elections off the back of this defeat for the government. And what was rejected was the ability for voters in Italy to be given the power to rank preferred candidates on electoral lists. So lead candidates would remain in place and voters have been able to rank preferred candidates, but they won't be able to now. So that is seen as a serious defeat for the government, for Meloni. She said, we tried and the swamp won again. And of course, the opposition seizing on this and accusing Meloni of losing control of her majority. However, there has been a further development because in terms of the overall package of electoral reform, that now seems like it will go ahead. And a key part of this is that the winning party, if they get at least 42%, would then get extra parliamentary seats. The idea trying to avoid a hung parliament in the future. So this vote in the Italian parliament has gone through. And as I said, it will mean a majority to any bloc winning more than 42% of the vote. They would receive a bonus of 70 seats. And that now requires that bill Senate approval. Now, under the current system, most people are elected through proportional representation, a third through first past the post. The changes being proposed would abolish first past the post, and also the argument again there that this would lead to a more stable majority as a result. So some pretty major votes and changes and decisions there for Italy. Please do let me know your thoughts though on that in the comments below. Please do whack this video a quick thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.